Well, good afternoon, y'all, and welcome to another Speed Phenom Series broadcast. Today, we tackle Memphis Motorsports Park for Round 5 as we look to finish out the latter portion of the inaugural SPS season. For Round 4, Derek Hamill walked away with a win out at Rockingham for his first career win, but it's Sabre Fox who was able to keep her points lead, which she has over second-place Matthew Hubert by 37 points. Third and fourth place Griffin, Lapo-McDermott, and Ryan Reid are also in contention as well. But all those guys are going to have to rely on that 78 car having a bad day in order to catch back up to her in the points. They got a chance today. Anything is possible. Why don't we take you folks down to the start of this race? Let's get this one going here in Memphis, Tennessee. On the pole for this one is the 23 of Matthew Hubert, his first ever Phenom pole. To his outside is the 81 of Luke Evans, and Derek Hamill in the 9 car, your defending winner from Rockingham. He'll try and go back-to-back, but Hubert, in the most prime starting position of them all, wants to stop him from doing that. As the pace car pulls onto pit road, as we got this vast view from atop the grandstands here at Memphis Motorsports Park, we are awaiting the green flag, and there it flies. We are off and underway from Memphis. An easy lead by Matthew Hubert. He takes control of the field going into 1, but there is Hamill in that red number 9 trying to charge up there on the inside line. That's the most favorable line around this place. Hamill trying to get the advantage to reel in that 23, but right now Hubert's car is handling real good here in the early going. The tires are the freshest. The grip is at the most highest level it is. And that 23 is taking full advantage of it. Angel Gutierrez in the 25 going up into the podium, passing Evans in the 81 and Louis Dubois in the 92. He is a noteworthy short track racer. He is already up here in the top 5 trying to pass that other yellow car ahead of him. He'll follow Gutierrez, trying to sail by Evans, as Hamill is going to try and do his best to run down Hubert. His car is running strong right now. That 25 should be clear of Evans now, and he's going to be. And here's Alexander Rowe on debut in the 96 car. He's a former SRS driver back in Season 2, making a handful of starts. He's riding up here in that 96, taking it over from Ricky Freeman Jr., who's made a sudden exit from the series. We got 3 other debutants in the field who we'll get to talk about later on today, but he has joined his brethren of yellow cars trying to fight for a top 5 spot. So good to see Alexander Rowe back in the driver's seat again here in Speed. I mentioned that we had 3 other debutants in this race, and here they all are in this camera shot together. The 1 of Daniel Voiles, hailing from Oklahoma, the 99 of Eric Sadler out of Virginia, and the 32 of Austin Scott from the state of Tennessee. They are all fighting for 12th place, which Voiles currently has. So in addition to the 96 of Alexander Rowe, we got new faces on the grid for this season, getting some valuable seat time and possibly earning a ride in the Speed Racing Series someday. But it's great to have fresh faces on the grid, including Voiles, Eric Sadler, and Austin Scott. The 99, which was driven by Alex Sambatale. Sambatale is no longer in the picture, and also the 1 car is back on the track, which Rogel Dorn competed in the first race of the season with the Motorsport, and then he just bounced. But it's, even though some doors may close, other doors may open, and that's exactly what these 3 rookies are doing a fine job this early on. But behind Austin Scott is Sabre Fox, the current points leader, while we're focused on her, way down in 15th, trying to take P14 away from Scott. She'll do it, but that 7-day off to a very slow start, as you can see. Here's Evans in the 81, who was faded down to 6th place now after starting on the front row, trying to give chase to Alexander Rowe right there ahead of him. But Evans looks like his car isn't all that good on the short runs from what we're telling, as he's trying to stay ahead of the green duo in J.D. Martin and Ryan Reid. Martin, your winner at Iowa, also trying to make haste and advance forward. Ryan Reid, he came off a good top 5 finish at the Rock. Airjol Alonso behind him, and Aiden Graham rounding out the top 10. So good run by these guys early on. And behind behind Ingram is Griffin Lapo-McDermott, who won at Motorsport, trying to crack into the top 10, although he's got the ambitious rookie of Daniel Boyes behind him. But Lapo-McDermott, who's high in the points, along with Saber Fox, taking him a lot longer to get going. Going back up here, Hamill's done a great job reeling in the gap between him and the 23 car, just 0.2 of a second off. He's basically right there on the rear bumper of Matthew Hubert, and he's brought on Gutierrez with him in the 25. Now Hamill sees his chance to maybe peek down low underneath Hubert out of 4. Hubert still has the advantage. Lap 23, car 23 leads, but for how long? Hamill, the guy in the series with all the momentum on his side right now after that big win at Rockingham, and he's going to breeze on by Hubert. Hamill now takes over P1 here at Memphis. He makes that pass nice and clean, and now it's his turn to build the distance over second place, which Hubert may not even have soon. Gutierrez wants to have that position instead. The 25 underneath the 23 in turn 1. How about Dubois and Rowe behind these two cats, 4th and 5th? Basically 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th all under a blanket, while Hamill wants to get away from said blanket and expand his lead. And you can see Hubert's car, just the more laps we run here, the weaker his car is getting. Gutierrez up to 2nd, and Hubert is on the verge of losing 3rd to Dubois, which may happen here. The 92 running strong. He hasn't had the many ideal results in his career so far here in Phenom, but he's got a great chance to do it here this afternoon. And there goes that Ford powered by the Toyota, and Dubois gets up to the podium now while Hubert drops to 4th. Luke Evans with the passing opportunity on the 96 of Rowe on the front straightaway to get back up into the top 5 again. Evans down to 6, trying to make sure he doesn't sink any lower, trying to elevate himself in the running order again, but Rowe gets a great run off at turn 2, trying to advance his way, or keep that 5th position, I should say, above that 81. He's going to do it, but now that's going to provide an opportunity for J.D. Martin in that 50 to maybe seize that chance to gain another spot at Evans' expense. And this is not what Evans wants to have happen at all, and he sees what's behind him in that rear view mirror, just car after car waiting to pounce and take that inside line away. Otherwise, Evans is just going to get freight trained, keep falling back through the order. Martin's going to try and make his way up. Ryan Reid trying to do the same with the 31. Here's Alonso in the 52, not in an ideal position on the outside line, just like Evans is. J.D. Martin up into 6th. Ryan Reid, he'll try and do the same. Evans going to fall back down to 8th, it looks like. As now we're starting to see some more side-by-side action from 6th place on down. Now the race for 2nd place is getting a little ambitious. Here comes Dubois, trying to make the move on Gutierrez for 2nd. The leader, Derek Hamill, is far checked out. He's about 2 seconds ahead of these cats now, but Dubois, he'll try and make a clean pass underneath the 25. Ford versus Chevy with the Toyota of Hubert behind him. 92 and the 25 still side by side as Hubert, the pole sitter, looks on, but Dubois will officially go by Gutierrez up to P2. Will the 23 get a run up before and maybe get Dubois? No, he won't. But that's especially good for Dubois. He's on the lower end of the totem pole in the point standings. So a run like today will definitely help his case. Getting some lost momentum back and ending the season strong. Hubert trying to regain some lost ground, trying to get up to the podium position, and now it's Gutierrez's car who is fading now. Alexander Rowe, his strong debut continues up here in the top 5. He'll try and attack, and this is just more bad news for Gutierrez. Ryan Reid up in 6th behind him, and that's the position that Gutierrez is in danger of falling in, as we will have one guaranteed set of pit stops in this race. So just like Luke Evans, who's fallen back earlier, looks like Gutierrez, his crew, is going to have to make a few tweaks and changes to that car in order to get it handling better. But now Gutierrez all the way down to 6th as Ryan Reid goes by. While that's going on, the 44 Benedict Murdo actually has just made a pit stop, as you see right here. Come off a pit road exit. Looks like pit stops are looming here at Memphis. And yep, right there, Skylar Taylor is also going to join suit in that 45 car. As both of these drivers, they've had pretty quiet afternoons. There's Logan Williams way back here in the 7 car. He may have already made a stop as well. But I did mention how pit stops were about to come into play, and it looks like they're about to do that right now. Any more takers on pit road this time? Nope, not yet. Is this now Taylor's turn on pit road? Another one coming down pit road. This time it's Isaac Davis in the 66, as he is going to try this undercut strategy right here. And I'd say the cycle is just about starting to begin. Now Austin Scott, it's his turn to pit now in that 32 car. One of the first-time starters here this afternoon. Looks like the cycle will definitely start here pretty soon at Memphis. There's the 32 on pit road. It looks like Logan Williams, Benedict Murdo, and Skylar Taylor, they have also pitted. The 32 comes in. Anyone else? Yep, here comes Luke Evans. He'll try and go for an undercut plan here. There's another yellow car up ahead. It's Dubois, who was in second place at the time. So Dubois, Evans, and many others are starting to come in. And I'm sure the flurry is only going to get stronger as more cars get service. Now Matthew Hubert decides to pit from second place right here on lap 46. As we are in the middle, dead in the middle of this cycle right here. Gutierrez is also in. Alonso, Sadler, and Fox, the current points leader, as this is the gamble she's taking right now. Lap 47 on the board. Here's the 66 and the 32 already back on the track, and there's the leader, Derek Hamill, coming in for service on lap 47. Alexander Rowe staying out. He'll try and go for the overcut strategy. Here's Ryan Reid coming in. JD Martin staying out. Griffin Lapo-McDermott, Daniel Voiles, and Aiden Graham also pit right here. So we're going to see a whole array of flavors with pit strategies and pit outcomes. Rowe leads the lap, as we'll try and get up to him here. Yep, and on lap 48, Rowe and also J.D. Martin, I believe, are the final ones to come down. So after these guys pull off pit road, we'll have to see how everybody else shakes out. Oh no, what's going on here? Rowe, as he pulls into his pit stop, his engine has expired, and he is out of it. He just got credit for leading that lap, and now Rowe is done here at Memphis. Unbelievable developments going on during this pit stop cycle. That's too bad for Rowe. There's no other DNFs around. He's going to finish dead last this afternoon. J.D. Martin was the car behind him during pit stops. We'll need to figure out where Martin's going to recycle out. And oh, this isn't good news either for Derek Hamill. Something is also gone very wrong with that 9 team in that pit stall. Oh, how unbelievable this is. The 9 and the 96 having major issues here during pit stops here at Memphis. That's not what they wanted to have happen. But as timing and scoring updates, the 7 of Logan Williams is now your new leader. It looks like that undercut plan that he and his team have taken is what's gotten him the lead, as you see. Benedict Murdo in the 44 in second. Third goes to Skylar Taylor, and fourth to Louis Dubois, 3 seconds behind. So how about this plan by the 7, the 44, and the 45 doing this undercut plan? We'll see how well it's going to be for them unless we get a caution. This is pretty risky. They're risking having older tires later in the run. Even though they got the freshest rubber out of anybody right now, they've been able to take off. But what's going to happen to them on the back end? Murdo closes in, Taylor in third, there's Dubois, and then Isaac Davis in fifth, who also went for that undercut plan. As Logan Williams crosses the line to lead another lap here at Memphis, why don't we go through the running order of the field now and see where everybody is after green flag pit stops. So Williams leads, Murdo in second, Taylor third, Dubois fourth, and a pass for fifth by Luke Evans going by Isaac Davis. Davis falls down to sixth, then Matthew Hubert, the pole sitter, Austin Scott, one of the 4 debutants in 8th, Gutierrez in 9th, and Ryan Reid 10th. Behind him, you got Hergel Alonso 11th, Eric Sadler 12th, Griffin Lapo-McDermott 13th. Not an ideal run he wants to be having. Daniel Voiles 14th. Saber Fox, her poor day continues. She hasn't gained much ground at all. She's still back here in 15th. And then Derek Hamill, he's 3 laps down. J.D. Martin, his strong run at Rockingham, he's not able to back that up today. He's 16th. And then Aiden Graham, last car in the lead lap, in 17th. And that's also a shame what happened to Derek Hamill, having issues for pit stops, as he'll look to want to have this one back, as the top 4 basically is all in a single file straight line. The 7, the 44, the 45, the 92, the 81 in 5th. There's Hubert going for 6 on Davis. So it looks like Davis's strategy of doing that massive undercut looks like it might be rearing its ugly head now, as he's falling back a couple positions outside the top 5. Skylar Taylor washes up the racetrack in turn 3. That could give Dubois the chance to take over 3rd place, and he's going to with a breeze off of turn number 4. Dubois up to the podium spot, and he's going to bring the 81 of Evans along with him, and that is not good news for the 45. She's stuck up on the outside at risk of getting freight trained. Here comes your pole sitter of Hubert also onto the scene. So Taylor could possibly fall to 6th place here on this lap, and the 23 is going to nip the 45 at the line. Taylor already down to 6th, as Dubois and Evans, who went for the overcut strategy, looks like they are really reaping the benefits of it now. Dubois not going to be able to do anything right there, but the 23 still side by side with the 45, but he should move on past. And into the top 5 he goes now. Evans with a chance on Dubois, maybe. Them 2 yellow cars, they pitted the latest out of anybody here, so I'd watch for maybe these 3 cars, the 92, the 81, and the 23, to really, be strong towards the end of this run. Oh no, what's going on here? Williams, the race leader, is pulling onto pit road. I did not expect this to happen at all. Williams is forfeiting the lead here at Memphis. Who's going to lead at the line? It's the 92 of Dubois. He's going to pass the 44 of Murdo. Same thing with Evans and possibly Hubert. But that's got to be just crushing for Logan Williams and that number 7 team, as he's going to get tires and fuel right there. I wonder if he maybe didn't get the car full enough the first time he pitted. But that is a shame indeed. But it's the 92, the 81, the 23, the 44, and the 45, the top 5. Angel Gutierrez, he's up to 6th now. Looks like his car maybe coming to life late. As he actually taps the wall out of 2 right there briefly. And the 44 Murdo, he's pitting now. What is going on here? First the 7 surrenders good track position, and now the 44 of Murdo has to. And that's got to be a bummer for him and that whole Pep Boys sponsored ride, as he also, I believe, pitted around the same time Williams did. So, unfortunately, his good run is also going to be for naught. On the flip side, though, what a gift this is for Louis Dubois, who is now leading this race. He did get a stellar top 5 effort at Road America, so he's willing to back this up today, but not if Luke Evans has anything to say about it. The 81 goes down low, the 92. Toyota versus Ford to the line. Give it to the Toyota of Luke Evans, as I believe that'll be his first lap led on the afternoon. And how about the purple number 23 Toyota of Matthew Hubert? He's watching this action unfold in front of him, and he's got to decide which line he's going to go with, whether he's going to stay down low and follow Evans or stay up high and follow Dubois. They're still almost in a dead heat at the line. Dubois was able to nip Evans, though, that time. And there's that 92 trying to use the extra momentum off the outside line, and he will do it on the back straightaway. He will keep P1. Part of Dubois' bio is being a stellar short track racer, so this is kind of his bread and butter right here, this kind of track. And he opens up to a sizable distance over Evans now. But back here for 4th, Skylar Taylor. Her 4th place position is under threat from Ryan Reid now. Derek Hamill, he's still multiple laps down. Angel Gutierrez, though, in 6th. Then you got Isaac Davis. He pitted earlier in the run, so his tires might be worn out. And how about Eric Sadler and Austin Scott and Daniel Boyles, the three out of the 4 debutants, running here in the back half of the top 10. That's pretty cool to see for those guys. By the way, guys, I just realized we're approaching 5 laps to go right here. Sorry for letting time get away from me a little bit, but Dubois in the lead. Lap 84 out of 88 on the board. 5 laps remaining here at Memphis Motorsports Park. Dubois trying to fend off the 81 and the 23 for the victory. Trying to better his best ever finish of 4th, which he got at Road America a couple rounds ago. Evans, though, doing his best to close in. Hubert's not out of this one either. The battle for 4th place also rages on. You got Skylar Taylor, who's under threat from both Gutierrez and Reid. Reid trapped up on the high side. Here comes Eric Sadler, the newbie. He might have a shot at a top 5 finish today. Great job by him. And meanwhile, up in front, here comes Evans down to the inside of Dubois. 3 laps to go at the line this time by. Here comes the 81 on the low side. Can Dubois get the run off the corner? No, Evans. He gets the momentum right there to lead at the stripe. Can the 92 bounce back? He's still hanging with him pretty good off a corner, but look at the run that Evans got down the back, and that's going to open up the distance tremendously. That may just do it for Dubois, but it's never too late. Never say never. 2 laps to go. Evans leads it in the 81 Jegs machine. 0.4 of a second, he opens up his lead over Dubois. Hubert in 3rd. There's Hamill right there. Gutierrez 4th. Eric Sadler with a strong top 5 shot. As Taylor and Reid battle for 6th. Dubois not able to close in. Evans charging off of turn number 4. He sees the white flag and it is waving. 1 to go here at Memphis. He has a more comfortable lead now. 0.68 seconds over Dubois. And it's looking more and more likely that the 92 is going to catch that 81 car. Down the back straightaway into turn 3 for the final time, and I can say Evans can comfortably breathe now. Through 3 and 4, Evans will make it 5 different winners in 5 races in the Phenom Series. Luke Evans takes the checkers. He wins at Memphis Motorsports Park. A brilliant drive indeed by the British driver. Luke Evans captures his first ever Speed Phenom Series win this afternoon, getting past Louis Dubois in the dying laps and using the overcut pit strategy to the fullest of his ability and making it work, as it'll be his turn to go to victory lane in the ultimate form of triumph here in the Speed Phenom Series. And it's a shame that Dubois couldn't hang on for that much longer. He pitted around the same time Evans did in the 81, but just Evans, he was able to save his stuff a little bit better and get the best of Dubois. And another great finish here for this series. And like I said, 5 straight different winners to open the first 5 rounds of this series. Before we step away, we have to actually take a look at a little skirmish that happened with 4 to go. You see Austin Scott right here, who was running 9th. He's going to get into Isaac Davis, who bounced off the wall. And then he sails to the bottom of the track, making contact with the inside wall, sustaining damage on both sides of that number 32 Chevy. And that ruined the rest of his race right there. He goes from the top 10 to 15th place at the end of that incident. And that's ultimately where he's going to cross the line to end this day. So Scott was looking really good. Shame that had to happen to hurt his result. But he'll have more chances to get a better finish in the upcoming races this season. Well, anyway, people, that's going to do it for our time here today at Memphis Motorsports Park. We are counting down the time this season. We just got a couple rounds to go. Next race up is going to be at Homestead Miami Speedway down in southern Florida, as we're all eager to watch these drivers tackle that 1.5-mile track. So we hope you join us for that one. Here come the rest of your race results and your point standings following round 5. Congrats one more time to Luke Evans, making it 5 for 5 here today at Memphis. And we'll see you guys for the next round.